Our multiplication rule for signs. No? Notice that I deleted this. The product of negative 20 and this quantity should be positive or 0. But I reduce the problem to this part being negative. What happens when this is negative? Lawrence? What becomes positive?
The sign.
The sign. I think this is what you mean. Notice that negative times something should be positive. So what should be the sign of that something? Negative. That's it. That's why we reduced it to that problem. You understand? No? So you don't want that extra negative 20. You don't have to deal with it. You just want to reduce it to what you need at that time, no? The barest, no, that you need. So that's what you need to solve. Okay? Alright, I'll give you a couple of minutes. What is the solution set to this inequality? Okay? So go through that whole bit of, it should be less than or equal, huh? Okay, less than or equal. Okay? Because we can consider break even as a desirable result. So the ultimate question is, how many pencils should be manufactured and sold so that you gain profit or at least break even? When you're trying to determine if linear factor is positive or negative on an interval, you can use a test point. Okay? So I noticed that some of you couldn't decide, no? X minus 100. This is your partition point. Okay? So this means negative infinity to 100. 100 to 600. And then 600 to positive infinity. Okay? You can use a test point. Choose an x value less than 100. Say 99. 99 minus 100 is negative 1. So the sign is negative. Okay? And then, because 100 is your correct partition point, this should be positive. Okay? That's one way. Or if you recall your linear inequalities, when will this be positive? How do you solve this? You add 100, right? To both sides. So that means x is greater than 100. So to the right, you get positive, positive, and then to the left is negative. Okay? So there are several ways of filling up the space, no, in the table. Okay, so you do the same for x minus 600. Let's see if you have the same table of signs. Can you check? So this is how your table of signs should look like. Okay? Alright, so who can write for us the solution to the inequality and interpret your solution? That's Ryan. Okay, Ryan, can you write the solution set in interval notation? Okay, so Ryan gave us the open quantity 100 to 600. That's 600, no? That's 6,001. All right. Any comments? Any comments? Go back to the inequality, the last inequality. We said we want the product to be less than or equal to 0. Any comments on his solution set? Do we have all the solutions? Do we have everything? Okay. So when will it be negative? When we have the interval 100 to 600. When will it be 0? Jerome? When will it be 0? Who knows? When will it be 0? Anybody? Because you have to fit all the solutions. You have to get all the solutions. No? So, do we have the points that will make the quantity 0? Gerard, you were shaking your head. What's your reaction?
I think 100 and 600 should be included.
Yes, so what does that mean?
We must use a bracket.
Yes, we must use a bracket because it's less than or equal. Huh? So we must use a bracket to include 100 and 600. That means then that, so, questions, no? We said we want the inequality to be also equal to 0. Okay, so how do we interpret that in terms of the problem? Where's our problem? Okay, how do we interpret that? Finally, we solved. So if you were that business owner, or if you were the manager, what will you tell your boss? Boss, we should manufacture and sell how many pencils so that we gain at least a profit or at the very least break even? Can you tell us in a complete sentence what is the answer to this question? Anybody? What is the answer to this question? How many pencils must be manufactured and sold per month? That was the time period that we gave, so that you don't experience any loss. Mark, could you tell us? How will you interpret the solution there? Sherilyn?
Try.
Okay, try.
We should manufacture at least 100 to 600 pencils.
Yes. You should manufacture anywhere from 100 to 600 pencils per month so that you don't incur a loss. Okay? We're not even in maximization, no? Because there's a way to maximize the profit. No? Because we're just looking at what will keep the business afloat. Okay? Do we have any questions from the previous example or exercises?
No.
I hope you learned what we discussed here, or at least clarified some of the points that you did not understand in the previous lesson, and we'll continue in the next couple of days or so. Okay, good day, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you also.